Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and it is conference day. It's presentation day. I'm presenting my paper today at 2:15. I'm about to head to campus now. I feel pretty good about it so far. I was talking to one of my advisors. We went over the presentation and the technology and the PowerPoint and stuff like that. She really loved it. I went over it a couple times last night. I feel really good about it. And then one of the teachers I was working on the paper with last semester, she's gonna come. A couple of my teachers that I have right now are gonna come. There's actually a lot of other visiting professors and other students that are gonna be there. So it should be really cool. Also, here's my mirror. This is what I'm wearing today. Didn't want to do like all black. Just wanted to be like casual, comfortable, but also look, mildly presentable. So it's just like this gray blazer, red sweater, no tie, Oxfords, and these kind of white gray pants that I would like to wear a lot. Oh, one other thing. Also on like conference days or days when I'm like traveling or something like that, or I have to hold things, but I don't always want to bring a backpack. So I have this black Calvin Klein, this black messenger bag. It holds a lot of, well, it doesn't hold a lot actually, but it gives me just access to my laptop, my notes, my iPad. But yeah, so I'm going to head to campus. I have one class in the morning, and then the rest of the afternoon I'm going to be either in the room listening to other panelists or getting ready for my slot. Yeah. So my apartment has this little, it's like a lounge where in the morning they give out free coffee. So I'm gonna stop there, fill up, and then go to campus. Okay, so I just left my class. It was my women's literature class. Really cool. Right now it's about 11 o'clock. I have to be at the Carving Museum, one of the museums here on campus, by 1:30, and then my panel starts at 2:15. Yeah, I have a little bit of free time. My mom and my sister are actually coming today, so they're gonna be here around 1, so I'm gonna meet them. Done with class today. My film studies class, my teacher's out today, so she put something on Blackboard for us to do. I'll do it over the weekend. I really wanted to work with my teachers and my professors here on campus to really delve deeper just into these stories and the experiences that, even the biases that we place on Black children. So that's just the direction we're gonna go today. So to begin, when we look back into the annals of history, beginning to confront the narratives and experiences of enslaved Africans and African Americans, the accounts are here, they're vibrant, and they live on in the bellies and the bones and the hearts and the spirits of those descended today. However, when those experiences of resilience and cultural syncretism are unpacked and validated, there's a consistent lack in available accounts occurring before adulthood is reached. The age at which children were deemed capable enough to enter field work varied by state, but more so by the plantation owner. So the length and actuality of one's childhood pre-field work would vary in their account. But the question I want to raise today is, what does childhood really look like to someone born into oppression? By establishing credible... Hey guys, so it's actually the next day, and it went so well. It went so much better than I thought it was going to. All my professors and people that have helped me out with it, they were there. My mom surprised me and she came. Yeah, it just went really well. And I realized just throughout the day that I actually never told you guys what my research was about. So I'm just gonna get into a little bit of that. And then I do have a little bit of a clip that my mom, while she was there, she took. I'm an English major, so my background is literature, English, stuff like that. And even more specifically, Black lit, African American literature, things like that. I was teaching over the summer, and I wanted to do something around children. I really wanted to look at enslaved children, their perspectives, their narratives. And what I found just when we look at slave narratives, due to the institutionalization of illiteracy for Black people, there were literally rules that said that we could not learn to read or write, and we couldn't learn to read or write, and no one could teach us to read or write. So my research was looking into trying to piece together the experiences of children on plantations before, during, and after 1865. And what I found was So say you have established slave families. North American slave owners were, when you compare to like the Caribbean and places in South America, they did place more ties on like familial relationships. So they did allow slaves to have families. But what I saw like an occurrence was that what would happen, so say like a mom or a father ran away, they escaped successfully, or they were killed by their owner or on the plantation, or they died, or they were sold off. What happened to their child? What happened to their children? And when we think about like the Phyllis Wheatleys, the Booker T. Washingtons, the Jarena Lees, people that recount their lives in their autobiography, there's not a lot, or like rather it's usually adults looking back on their childhood, not necessarily being written down by children. And so an occurrence was that would happen to children after emancipation was that, so say you have a bunch of small children, they can't do much on the plantation, they can't live their own lives because they don't have parents. An occurrence that would happen would be they would be kind of resold, but it would be in like a legal apprenticeship. So their owner legally could sell them as an apprentice to someone else for like 12 years. And when you think about what you learned in high school, what you learned in middle school, slavery, quote unquote, ended in 1865, or it was considered like national emancipation happened in 1865. Now we know that from the time emancipation was declared to the time it was like really enacted was still like a buffer about 2 to 3 years. But there's like these documents of children like 12, 11, 10 years old being essentially resold and continuing that same like institution of slavery, where they're serving a master, where they're not their own person, for another sometimes 10, 12, 15, 20 years after the fact. And yeah, I really just wanted to kind of piece together the childhood experience on the plantation and things like that, just because they're a group that we don't usually think about, and that's kind of what my research is looking at right now. And I think, actually, let me close this. What I think was really cool about, it was really one of my goals this year to do research, to get more like research mind and get a more research background. And in doing that, I really wanted to present my work at a conference at some point in 2018. So whether that was undergrad, the first half, or whether that's like grad school, the second half. And it feels really good to be mentored by really great professors that have been like really instrumental in guiding me and also trusting me and pushing me, just as an educator, as a researcher, and then just as a student. My mom came, she got to meet my department, and just hearing like really great things that professors were saying just about me and stuff like that, it felt really good. I am at Starbucks. I'm about to get some coffee, and then I'm gonna go up to Auburn's library to edit this video and do some homework. So if I don't see you guys later, I will see you in my next video.